step 2, goals and objectives. Please do not get these mixed up. A goal is a broad statement about what the company wants to accomplish. They are not quantifiable. So, for example, we might say we want to train employees in customer service. Okay, that's not quantifiable. Okay, objectives are quantifiable about the goals. And every objective must have a goal, and every goal must have at least one objective. And I'll show you the balanced scorecard here in a minute that'll allow you to just pretty much fill in this little chart and you'll get these things filled right out. An objective has to be quantifiable both in measurement and in time. So let's say that our goal is to increase customer satisfaction. Our objective would be, for example, an increase in overall customer satisfaction through a survey by 20% in the next 6 months. So basically what we're saying, within 6 months, we want our customer satisfaction ratings to go up by 20%. Okay, and there are 4 kinds of goals and objectives that we really need to talk about. The first are stretch. Stretch goals are those that are just beyond your reach. If the industry income is, or industry profit is 10%, and you're going to try to hit 13%, you might be able to do that. It's within your ability to do that. You're just going to have to stretch a little bit, work a little bit hard. It's always good to have a stretch goal or two. We have leading goals and lagging goals. Leading goals are those that we measure beforehand. We are going to, let's say that the goal is to increase customer satisfaction. One of the goals that we could have then, or one of the objectives, would be to send all of our employees to a customer relationship workshop. That's leading. We're doing it in advance. Lagging is a way to check to see if we've accomplished a goal. So our customer survey would be a lagging objective or a lagging goal. Long and short term, a year or less than a year. And then BHAGs. BHAGs are pretty cool. Once in its life, every company should have a BHAG. A BHAG is a big, hairy, audacious goal. It's a goal that's like a stretch goal on steroids. It's probably close to impossible to accomplish. If our industry is showing profits of 10% and we shoot for profits of 18%, we may not make that, but we're going to do everything we can. And a company that attempts a BHAG accomplishes a lot more than just the goal itself or the objective itself. They create a corporate culture of can-do and a closeness in the team, besides which they do well. And a company that wants to follow BHAG has to throw everything it has behind this. Okay, so here's the balanced scorecard. And these 4 items all relate to each other. The first thing we do is we look at our financial goals. How do we want to look to our shareholders and our investors? Okay, that's simple. The next one is customers. And the question we ask is, what value can we provide our customers that will allow us to reach our financial goals? Internally, what processes do we need and how do we excel at them in order to provide value to our customers that will allow us to reach our financial goals? And finally, under learning and growth, what skills and capabilities do our people need in order to excel at our processes that will add value to our customers that will allow us to reach the financial goals that we've set? So you can see each of these are interrelated. Now, one of the cool things is that there's this really neat spreadsheet you can put together. You list the elements over here: financial, customer, internal, learning, and growth. And then you set your goals. Remember, non-quantifiable. So for us, we decided our financial goal is to grow our law enforcement revenue. For our customers, we want to ensure our reliability. Internally, we need to leverage our third-party relationship. And under learning, we want to increase our sales bonuses. Okay, so increasing sales bonuses allows our sales reps to leverage our party relationships, which allow us to increase customer awareness, which allow us to grow our law enforcement revenue. Now we take each goal and we come up with at least one objective, and in the objective we come up with the measure. How are we going to know if we are growing our law enforcement revenues? Well, the first thing we'll do is we'll look at the number of new sales. We want to increase it by 10% over the next year. Every goal must have one objective, but some can have more than two, more than one. This one has two. Another way we're going to look at whether we've grown our revenue is to the number of repeat sales that we have, which we want to increase by 25% in the next 2 years. Okay. And we just do that by every one. And if you fill in every single blank on this little form, then you will have your objectives filled out correctly. Okay. The next thing we need to do is actually start to create the plan. We determine our strategy and we create our tactics. Now, we're going to talk a lot about corporate tactics separately and corporate strategy. So for right now, we'll talk about the business level. So we've picked a business level strategy. We're going to differentiate on customer service. We're a drive-through sushi bar. So that's what we've decided. Our strategy is differentiation, focused differentiation. And our tactic is that we're going to work with customer service. That's what we're going to excel in. So we push that down to the middle managers and we say, okay, how are you going to do this? And the functional level managers, and in a small place like this, these are probably functional and operational are probably the same, but it works the same way. And the functional level managers will say, well, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that all employees go to training. And when once they've gone to training, then we'll do a survey to make sure that they've done this. So it's how we're going to comply with and implement the strategies and the tactics from the levels above us. Another thing that we can do is create what's called a strategic map. A strategic map is a real easy way for people to show, or for business people to show non-business people, kind of what our strategy and our tactics and our goals are going to be. Not our objectives, but our goals. And as you can see, we start over here down the side with our you can see over here we start with our 4 scorecard items. The next thing we do is we see how our mission is going to fit in with this. Okay, so you can see our mission is to offer, in other words, our success comes from offering innovative, affordable, and creative web applications. That's what we're giving our customers. While fostering a family atmosphere with our customers. How are we going to do that? That's an internal thing. And employees. And what are we going to have to give our employees in order to be able to do those things? Then we've set our goals. Okay, we don't care about the objectives, just the goals. And we can see how they align. Now, these are all the tactics that we're going to use. And these are the goals that right now we're going to concentrate on. So our first goal is to grow law enforcement revenue. You can see that it points directly over. Ensuring reliability. That would fit with our tactic of meeting or exceeding customer expectations. Leveraging third-party relations. We've got that directly. And increasing our sales bonus deals with developing, recognizing, and retaining the right people. So you can see how this little map shows kind of how we're going to go about doing what we want. It's kind of an overview of the plan. Step 4 is to implement the plan. Implementation is the absolute hardest part of the whole strategic management process and issue, making sure you get it right. And the number one reason that strategy fails and people don't get the kind of performance they expect to get is because of bad implementation. There's a balance. We talked about the strategic fit. We look at activities, people, resources, and leadership. And when those things are in balance, when the activities take advantage of the people that we have, when the resources that we have support the activities, when the activities support the leadership, when all those things are in balance, we have a good, stable strategy. And we'll get good performance. But if any of those things are out of whack, if we don't have the resources that we need to fill out to complete the activities that we need to do to support the strategy, these are the structure items, then our strategy is going to be wobbly and we're not going to perform up to what we could. The last thing is to monitor and adjust. Use the scorecard. Take a look at your goals and objectives. How are things going? Are we meeting our goals? Are we meeting our objectives? If not, what needs to be changed? If we are, then super for us. What needs updated? Maybe the economy went on the fritz and we need to reduce our financial goals a little bit. Is that acceptable? Absolutely. A strategy plan isn't forever. Okay, a strategy plan is formally done every 3 to 5 years, but in between things happen. And so we need to be able to adjust the plan along the way. And that is the end of chapter 2.